We're doing two different training methodologies, but we're both doing the same 10K.
And we're about to see which methodology
Yeah, I was going to say,
comes out on top,
see which,
you know?
which one works the best.
And I just want to go ahead and point out that I beat Trevor every year so far.
Every year. Which
He's coming for the title this year.
A couple months later, started marathon prep. Second ever road race was a marathon in Chattanooga.
That's pretty crazy.
And I've yet to run a 5K road race.
But overall, I think my biggest goal would be pacing myself right, not starting off super hot, and then trying to minimize stoppage and walking throughout the entire race.
Welcome to the Put Work In podcast. We got Trevor here. We got Peyton here. We got is me.
Hi.
Of course.
Straight out the way.
Today, what y'all been doing, bro?
Been working all day.
Been working today.
Oh, today's
Ain't even made it home yet.
it's a holiday today, bro. Why y'all working?
What's the holiday?
What's the holiday?
Monday.
25th?
It's Monday.
Monday.
Oh,
Whoa.
there's Benito.
There's the forehead.
Suavecito.
What's
He's finna be
up?
eating.
Gonna
He
be
trying to show off
smashing.
his- He brought his dinner.
We got a dinner on there.
That dinner looked good.
What'd you make
though.
us?
I got
You
some.
got to bring enough to share.
I'm trying to go run right quick.
Bro's heartbroken.
Right quick.
Yeah, you have fun in that lightning.
Bro, how am I heartbroken? I can't run.
You always are.
I can't run.
That's just your normal state.
Amen.
So y'all ready for double decker?
Man, I'm fired up.
Ready to roll? I
Ready
guess we'll
to roll.
just talk about double decker first. I had that being our
Yeah.
last thing.
Yeah, I'm
But
gonna go.
let's
talk
talk
It
about
is
right
Trevor's
quick,
here.
actually.
It is the same weekend as the was it like rock and roll run in Memphis. So I wonder how much that's going to take away from the competition. Like, we're going to get some medal finishes this year.
They got a. I don't know, bro. I don't think so because it's like last year the person that won the 10K was like 35 minutes. So
Yeah.
Dang, you're moving.
Yeah, I'm about to
Yeah.
say, yo, my light's flickering.
Yeah, my power might go out too.
Dang. Y'all struggling
I'll be
up
alright.
there.
Trevor's just sitting in
Yo,
paradise.
$35. What is?
Oh, there's a zoo right there. Look,
You haven't
There's
even
a ze-
registered yet.
there's a zebra.
No.
Y'all see that zebra?
Payne's the last one, and Taylor. Taylor
Taylor said he's waiting till this weekend to decide. I think
Decide to do what?
To run the
So what he
10K or
wants
the
to- if he
5K.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
What if I put like? Old
Yeah, I think
person-
that's a good thing. Like, if he waits and does the run Friday, sees what it does to him.
So if you haven't figured it out, we're all running Friday. We're gonna run the double decker route. The double decker,
Bro, I'm
we
gonna do
talk
it
about it all the
hours,
time.
bro.
but the double decker is a local race that we do every year. It's a 10K,
The race
5K.
that we've been doing the most.
Yeah.
That we have done the
3
most
times.
consecutively.
Once.
It'll be
Yeah.
the third time, I think.
Be my first.
Yeah, it'll be our third time.
Yo, should I
Hey,
donate
Peyton
like
second.
$500?
Yeah. Well, anyways, that's what we do this every year. It's kind of like a friendly competition, and I just want to go ahead and point out that I beat Trevor every year so far.
Every year. Which
He's coming for the title this year.
I'm not making excuses, but I messed myself up that first year by not going to bed.
You do that a lot, though.
You didn't even Uber. You weren't even Ubering that year.
No, I wasn't.
You just rolled up. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to Uber that first night. So might have a little bit of
I
an
did
advantage
last
if
year.
you go out.
I hope I signed up for the 10K.
Yeah. If not, you can run it. You just won't get on the whatever.
Yeah. Well, it's not like he only ran 5 miles last year, so
Oh, true.
Anything's an upgrade, right?
yeah.
Did you quit?
No, my
No, his watch
sucks.
was like messed up.
His GPS was off on his watch.
All right, there we go, baby. All right, let's
So
talk about this double decker.
yeah, let's talk about it. What's your goal, Peyton?
Yeah, I want to know
okay.
what his goal is. He's
I don't know. What I hit last year? 52.
Peyton's our fastest runner
52
right now.
something, I think.
I think it was 50.
That's pretty nuts.
Yeah, 52
I
or
don't know.
53.
I'm pretty sure the
I'll go
shape
for
you're in
50.
this year, you could come close to winning it, or at least getting top 10.
I'll go sub 50. That's my goal.
Yeah, the difference between top 10
Dylan,
and
pull
the
up
winning.
top 10 from last year.
Oh, let me look it up. I'm going to say it's probably like a 15-minute span. Double decker.
I know the guy
What's
that
that app
won.
called?
It was like it's like race something. All I gotta do is Google it.
Race
Double decker.
roster.
Yeah, race roster.
I had an account. I got to sign in on that thing.
There we go. 2024.
They got a 10K coming up here next weekend, or weekend after next. Maybe I need to sign up for it. Give me a little test around
Yeah.
there.
You ever get scared that y'all's chicken ain't cooked all the way?
No, you usually just look at it. If it's
Usually
not
I
pink,
burn
it's
that
good.
chicken. Like, bro, I ain't getting
Most people
cooking
overcook
this
chicken.
chicken on.
No
Yeah,
doubt.
that's usually how I do it.
I got to find out what my password is, and we're going to look. There it is.
You going to pull it up?
Pull up that chip time.
Signed in. Wait, what? Oh, okay.
Pull
Yeah,
up.
signed
It
in.
pulled up some random guy. Hugh Wilson got 85th, bro.
Yeah,
He ran the
that's
5K,
crazy,
though.
right?
See if we can pull up.
I placed 135th, bro.
What'd you place in the age group? Maybe that can be your goal.
Here we
Try
go.
to finish top 10. I mean, top 5 age group.
Age group was 33rd.
No way.
100.
Yeah, I mean, you're in like the toughest age group.
Yeah, 20 to 24. That's where all the crazy runners are, man. Like,
Yeah, it's all the frat guys and all the college students.
that's
Let's
5K.
see. This is the 5K.
Usually people from Tupelo come and they have like some of the fastest runners in the state.
32:47. All right, top 10, you got to break 41 minutes.
God, oh.
Hey,
That's
he
crazy.
could probably get close.
You could get, let's say, I'll see where you can get. You could get between.
He was nowhere
get top
anywhere near the shape he is this year compared to
I
last
don't know,
year.
bro. Top 50's a stretch. You could definitely get. Well, it's not that much different.
Pull up the age group. I think he
Top
could maybe do
75.
something in the age group.
Top 75, bro.
Top 75.
Overall. All right,
Yeah,
age group.
pull
What's
up the
your
age
age? 24? All right, let's see.
Won't be long. Me and Dylan be out of that age group. We might go win some.
It's not much better in that age group, bro. That's the main age group because everybody's
20 to 24.
Ole Miss students. Let's see what we got, Trevor. 25-29. Our fastest guy was 39 minutes.
Dang, it's still
All right,
pretty
so-
quick.
Dude. Okay. Let's see. We could probably, if we break top 50, we're top 100. Top 85.
What?
Well, he didn't say the places on here.
I
though.
said you said if you break top 50, you break top
1,
100.
2, 3, 4, 5. No, I said.
He's saying
that
50
might have been-
minutes.
Might have been what I said.
Yeah, that's
If
what
you
you said.
break
You get
50
top
minutes.
10 in your age group if you break 50 minutes. For me and you, Trevor.
Yeah,
let's say-
I don't know.
Where am I at in here, bro?
I just don't feel like I'm in sub 50 shape.
There I am, right here. 54:20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I got top 7. I got 17th place in my age group.
Bro, I could have just looked
It's
at
pretty good.
I could have just clicked it and it would have
Yeah.
showed me.
Yeah, you like smoked it last year.
Let's see what I got to do. Top 10.
Dylan
4,
McCullum
5, 6, 7, 8,
Age
9,
group.
10.
plays 17th.
50
bro.
minutes. I mean, that's
50
gonna be
minutes.
hard, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what kind of shape I'm in or what kind of shape I'll be. I honestly would be happy if I ran that like within 3 minutes of what I did last year. I would be like right now today. I'd be super happy, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, last week I did like 58, but this was all on a flat track, so.
Oh,
Yeah, that's crazy too because we tested it last year on the rail trail, and I think I did like 57 or 58, and that was a huge PR.
Yeah, and then your
that's a trail
race
too.
day was.
Well, it's not really a trail.
Yeah,
The rail trail is
like
not really a trail.
Ground up asphalt.
It's flat and it's soft.
Yeah, it's like where an old choo-choo train used to go.
Rail trail, just a rail.
Race day, I PR'd. I hit 50, whatever that said, 54:20, and double decker is super hard, like terrain, like it's up and down the whole time. And I was sick.
Like right at 4 miles, it's the biggest hill.
I didn't warm up at all. Like I just showed up and was like, "All right, Peyton, I'm just going to try to hang with you for 5 minutes before you smoke me." And I ended up staying with them until like the last 15.
I was like,
"What'd you do?" You said, "All right, man, see ya."
At some point, he just disappeared. But yeah, so that's my goal this year. I don't know. I just don't know what kind of shape I'm in. Right now, I'd be happy with like sub hour, but I really would like the PR.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But I don't know what I'm gonna get.
Yeah,
I've been squatting, bro.
Hopefully, not hopefully. You gonna finish a little bit less than me.
I'm gonna pace off of you. Abby said you should have paced off of me last year. And
I'm gonna disappear. Yeah, I'm gonna disappear and then show up.
That's what you did last year. You ghosted us the day of the race, and then we didn't see you till after, I think.
Yeah,
you were like, I'm focused, bro. I'm zoned in.
I'm zoned in.
I'm locked.
Well, I think last year there was a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah,
I had like just taken my dad to Arkansas, all that stuff. Just got a new job. I was like,
you just finna get married.
Yeah, just to get married. I was more running that race for me, and I felt like, I don't know, our group last year was like a little bit too much for me.
Ben, what's your goal?
I want to finish before hour 30, which I think I can do. But overall, I think my biggest goal would be pacing myself right, not starting off super hot, and then trying to minimize stoppage and walking throughout the entire race. Because I feel like my pain tolerance is a lot higher than my stamina is right now. So I got to find a good balance overall.
That's all you need.
I mean, what's an hour and a half is like 15-minute pace. So did I do that right in my head?
That's speed walking.
So
jogging.
You got it, bro. As long as you don't. Which if you go out hot, like you're going to be walking.
40.
Yeah, that's why I just got to pace myself. That's my biggest goal.
That's what, like, this course almost designs it to where people just go out hot because it's downhill for the first, like, tenth of a mile, quarter of a mile.
And everybody's just sprinting.
Full speed.
Those first couple of hills don't really. Yeah, it's downhill for a long time, and then it's a couple hills.
Yeah.
I was watching.
You're like, okay,
that's the first
I can do that. Yeah. And
I don't know if y'all seen Nick Bear's new video, but I was seeing them. They did a big old team run for BPN, and I seen they ran like, I think they ran a 10K all at a 7-minute pace the entire time. I was like, what in the world?
That's a dream.
Light work.
Yeah.
Light work. Easy run. Aerobic.
There's a couple sneaky hills and double decker though. But to our podcast, our did you say your goal, Trevor?
I think my goal, number 1, beat you. Number 2, sub 55. That's like that would be where I'd be pretty stoked.
Last year.
Yeah, you got it. I didn't.
You hit a sub hour, which was that's a PR though, wasn't it?
I mean, I was like 15, 12 minutes like off the year before, so that's still a huge PR. So if I can just do that again, we'll be in good shape.
Yeah,
I'm gonna PR my 10K again.
That's a goal. That's a good
I PR'd
goal.
it last year doing double decker, which was odd.
Because you don't really push yourself.
You get in the race, man, especially if you got some energy toward the end. That's when it's like
you got to zoom at the end, bro, and it's the hardest hills at the end too.
Yeah,
Bro,
Your
that
legs
one,
are just
I
gassed.
don't know what street it is, but that one long
school.
hill.
Oh, the long one? The first long one?
Yeah, the one by by
Old Taylor.
Duncan.
By Duncan?
I feel like
Oh,
the one for
University.
me.
Yeah, that one be.
Yeah,
University
University.
sucks, bro.
That's the one. You're 4 miles in, and it's like the longest hill. It's
That's
not
when-
super steep, but
That's when you see everybody like thin out and like they're dying. They're just walking. There's hardly anybody ever running on that besides you.
yeah.
University, a lot of people can hold on, but like they gas out after that. I mean, not University, but Old Taylor. But University's brutal. Why do you guys?
Where's Taylor at? I want to hear his goal.
He's not coming, bro. He's not coming.
Dang.
So today's podcast, I went ahead and went over that because Trevor's here. But today's podcast, I want to talk about how to get better at running. Somebody said, I think Trevor said that. Just run.
Shoes.
It's so true.
Shoot.
Shoes.
Time
are
to
such
get
a-
Yeah,
better.
some alpha flies.
Dude.
Live. Shoes help you survive running for sure.
Oh, crap.
So why number one I want to cover, I have a couple topics I have written on my board up here. That
Have
is
a
just-
plan.
I can't see it.
Number one.
What? Why run? You can't see it. Why run? That's my first
I
question.
run.
To get
Why
better
why
at
should
running.
people
There's
run?
there's so many great benefits from running, not
Yeah.
just physically but mentally. I feel like my
Right.
best ideas always come from running.
Yeah. I can see that.
My false motivation comes from running. I'll be running like, yo, I'm going to make some shorts. And then I get done.
Yeah, right. He call you and be like, "Man, I'm sorry I ain't make those shorts. I'm gonna make some. Never made a single one." Like,
I did make
This
some
will
of
not-
that, I think.
This will not happen again, guys. Promise.
and it.
I'll be
never
getting
did
motivated during runs, but like when I'm done
Yeah.
running, it's just like,
It's all that
I'm-
dopamine.
happen. I'm tired.
it's like, I'm
Get
fine.
done
You
running,
get
like,
after
I'm
run, I'm
tired.
tired.
Yep.
Oh, it keeps you out of trouble.
I mean, I'd say something. I mean, just something to chase, something to get better at. That's what a lot of people
Yeah.
need. They don't have anything to any
Gives you
goals to
hope.
pursue.
And it's an easy thing to make harder. And it's fun to do hard things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
Most
like you
people
can-
make it hard.
You can
Right
constantly
off the
push
bat.
yourself.
You want to do something hard? What's your longest run? Add 5 miles to it and do it.
Just
They about to
Do
do that on Friday.
just run it faster.
Yeah.
It's like that.
It's also
like
very,
winter.
very cheap. You don't
like
have to have
that
a
memory
gym
that popped
membership.
up of my Spartan. Dylan commented on it, and I don't remember what he said, but I said, "A good friend make do hard thing." So
Mm-hmm.
that's words to live by.
Yeah. It's running super like entry level. Like anybody that can walk can go out and eventually get to a run. I mean,
Just
so there's
walk
some people
really
that can't
fast,
run right
you
now.
know?
Most people can, I think. But
Yep. It's a
It's
privilege
entry
to
level.
run.
yeah, that's something I was commenting on the other day. I was like, there's people that can't do what you can do. You're just taking it for granted. That's one thing during that first marathon. When you go to at St. Jude, they have like these signs like almost to the end where there's like testimonies of people from
Oh, yeah.
St. Jude. It's like, man, I'm out here running for these people. Not that I'm doing anything for them. It's just that, hey, I can run, so here I am running. And I was in the most pain of my life at that point.
Yeah, some
I
people don't
could've
get
just
that
gave up.
opportunity.
Yeah, and some people don't have that. Some people don't have legs.
Yep.
And some people
still-
can't use their legs.
Some people don't have legs, but they still run. They got them adapters.
Amen.
So I'm just like, there's people that have perfectly good legs and don't ever get off the couch and use it. Get your
Yeah.
lazy butt up. Freaking
Sound like
liabilities.
Goggin. He's going off on that fat dude. You're a loser. Do you enjoy being a loser?
Joyful
Yes.
loser.
Yeah, Dylan Chase.
Who's that?
So, Number 2, our run history. So, Ben, I feel like you're the freshest one. Why don't you tell us your run history?
I mean, we used to run a lot in football, but nothing that I ever took serious. I've only ever did one 5K, so this will be my first, like, quote-unquote big race compared to anything else. But I never prioritized running. I always prioritized strength over anything, and I realized that only goes so far.
Do you remember your time of your 5K?
I do not. I was like 12.
Oh, but that don't
I'm
count.
sure it was like
That's
18
before
minutes.
puberty.
Yeah, I was a long time ago.
So-
no,
Yeah, them
There
kids
was
be
some-
putting down them fast numbers.
Yeah, there were some guys that I was driving the other night, Ubering, and he was talking to his friend. He was like, I just ran. My legs are going to be destroyed tomorrow. I just ran 4 miles. They started talking about running shoes. And the other guy was like, did I tell you my mile time? And he's like, 5:40. And they were talking. And it comes out that dude ran that in 7th grade. And I'm like,
That don't count.
bro, that doesn't count, bro. You're probably like 90 pounds. Not even a man, bro. We're talking about man numbers. What's your mile time, Cookie?
6:17.
Dude, Cookie, you could. What did you run the other day, bro? Like a 5-second 400 or something?
1 minute, 2 seconds.
bro was moving.
Dude, and then that 200, you were going so fast, bro.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
this is
Dylan,
his year.
I remember. So we were running in front of the gym doing that speed workout, and there's a gravel. Half of the road's gravel. Other
Let
half
me
is
note
paved.
this. We were going downhill with the wind blowing on our backs, too.
But
Yeah,
I remember there's a puddle that was in the gravel. I remember hitting that puddle, and I was like, dude, I know I look like an idiot running right now. I really want to know what the people behind me are thinking.
I look like a chicken running down.
Bro.
No.
What?
Dylan died.
I looked at him.
He's leaving us. What?
Look at
I
him.
started but a little bit before. You can't.
Okay, you have to rewind.
Yeah, start back over.
We're having technical difficulties. Oh,
He
he
left.
is gone.
Just disconnected.
So we'll continue this, I guess. I don't know where he is currently out for the count.
His power main went out, located in Batesville.
Lightning's
Yeah.
got him.
Yeah, he just got struck.
He can hop back on the phone. But he's the host, so.
Yeah, he can just hop on at any time. But now, what was our run history? I'll let Trevor. You can talk about or are you done talking about yours, Ben?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, Trevor, you can tell us what your run history is.
All right. Yeah, I used to, like, I remember in high school, like Ben said, I did some with, like, football and stuff, but I was always like, dude, I just do not like running at all. I was like, this is so boring. And then it was like summer, I think of 21, summer of 21, me and Taylor went to Miami, and we were right on the beachfront, so we were there for like a month. So they had like a trail that would go like up and down the coastline. So like the first day I went out there, and I was going through a tough season in my life and knew that I needed to do something that would push me. So I downloaded this app. It was just like Couch to 5K because I'd never ran before. And then I did that, and each day I just started, I don't know, feeling like I had more energy. My mood was improving. I was like, man, there's something to this running. So after that, signed up for my first race. And then it was just doing that race showed me how much more I need to improve and how much fun, like,
that
actually
the same
doing a
one I
race. Yeah. Hope 5K in Tupelo. Yeah, it just showed me how fun running can be with a community of people. So it like opens a big community of people once you get into running because there's so many people that are just passionate runners. and then just started signing up for more races. Then we did our first marathon this past year, and then this year doing another 10K for like the third year. So,
oh yeah,
it's been a journey.
What I was saying before, I got
DDoS.
Somebody cut my connection. I don't even remember. No, I do. But so I started running that 200. And then Cookie, like, I started before Cookie. And I knew Cookie was faster than me. This dude come. I'm talking about zooming, bro. And I was like, my God, that dude's gone. I didn't even think he was going to push that run. He did. Did you talk about your stuff, Peyton, while I was gone? Okay.
I'll let Trevor talk.
So, Trevor, when do you think, what was your time on that first 5K?
I was like 20, I don't remember the seconds, but it was like 28 minutes.
Yeah. What's your PR 5K now?
It's like, let me look it up. I'm pretty sure it's like 23.
So this is just to let everybody know, we've only been really running for like 3 or 4 years. Like, this is not like, we're not like veterans. We've done a couple marathons.
We're not putting down 15-minute 5K
right
around here.
Not yet.
Yeah. You look at Peyton, looks like he's been learning for 15 years.
Yeah.
It's just from being lean.
I just don't eat, man.
So, Peyton, I'll talk about mine. We'll go from slowest to fastest. Okay.
Dang, Trevor gonna take that?
So, me and Trevor, I actually started running probably the same time as Trevor.
I've only ran like 3 5Ks, so I don't really do the 5Ks that much.
I have all my he hates 5Ks. Like, we did a 5K. We did that Hope 5K again, and he was like shaking in his boots just thinking about it.
This is it.
That was the first like race I ever did was that Hope 5K. I think it was 2020.
Yeah.
Wife was like 8 months pregnant. I did like 29 minutes. Jose was there. It was epic. I don't think I ran much after that.
No, I was up in the bed. I was beat up, man.
And then we did double decker. 3 years in a row. We did the St. Jude Marathon where I died. I didn't train properly at all. Me and Peyton come up doing CrossFit. So we'd run like 400 meters here and there. I did a couple mile time training plans. Those never really helped me. Because I never really followed them to a T anyway. I always dreaded them. Really, the main times I got really fast, like mile wise, I was doing like lots of CrossFit. But did the marathon, St. Jude. Me and Peyton did one last October.
October 15th, Chattanooga.
Chattanooga, 7 Bridges Marathon. We both hit 4 hours and somethings. I did
pretty crazy.
I think is mine. Which is really, I feel really good about that. Every time I think about it, I'm like, man. Because my first marathon was like 6 hours. And it was terrible.
They almost picked you up in the fire truck.
Man, they almost picked me up from
6:30 was 6:30 is the cutoff or something like that.
Well, I was gonna go until they picked me up, but yeah, I'm looking to. I've always said it like my dream would be like 5-minute mile, 500-pound back squat. I feel like a lot more likely to hit the 500-pound back squat than I do the mile. But maybe I can get a 5 on it. I'm only 37 seconds off. So it's really when you put it like that, it's not that far. Because I've never really, like I said, I've done the training programs, but I haven't really done them. I didn't put my focus in them. I never put my full attention to them. But that's what ultimately I really want to get into some of that this year, some mile training after the 10K, and just consistently run throughout the year, kind of like Cookie's been doing. Because after the marathon, he took a shorter break than me. I took like 4 months off. And I got a lot of things I've learned over that time. And I have this huge whiteboard that you cannot see, full of things that I want to help everybody watching, and Ben, maybe even some of y'all on here. But Peyton, what is your run history?
So technically, my run history dates back a little bit further than everybody else here. Well, except Ben running in football. But I've never been a runner. I mean, I used to not be a runner. But 2017, I started working out. And a bunch of people from church and the gym were doing a Spartan race. So I had my start of running and obstacle course races as Spartan. And I think I did one in 2017. It was a Spartan sprint, which was back then 4 to 6 miles. I did it in like an hour 30 something, I think. Or an hour 40. I don't remember the exact time. And then I did another one in 2018, but that time I ran with somebody, and she wasn't very fit. So it took like 2 hours to do it. And it was another sprint. Yeah, so it was another sprint. So it was like another it was like 4.5 miles or something like that. And then in 2019, I ran a 10K Spartan. Did it in like an hour 39 or something. Or I should have pulled this up first. I can actually see those times. Actually, no, I can't see that one. No, that was like an hour 40, hour 50, if I remember correctly. And then
the type of times that matter is going to be like 5K.
Yeah, so we'll get to the times that actually matter eventually.
Nobody knows about Spartan.
Because like Spartan is like
it's arbitrary.
You have like your road runs, you got trail runs, and then you just have your Spartan races.
And you got your trail run obstacle courses in the mud and the rain,
yeah, in the cold, and the
different locations.
And anyway, so those did the 10K one, which was actually like 8 miles. It wasn't a 10K back then. It was 8 to 10 mile race. Did that one in like an hour 40, hour 50. Did later that year, I did another sprint. And then I did their beast, which was like a half marathon. So it was kind of a lot of hurt. I actually did those two in the same weekend. And that took me like 4.5 hours to do that beast. It was in Dallas. So it was like 14.5 miles, I think. If I remember correctly, 14.5.
Getting after it, bro.
And then the next
running before we were.
And then the next day I ran that sprint, which is actually my best finish yet to date. I can actually sign in.
You were ready to get over it.
Yeah, dude. Like
get through it.
I placed like 38th overall out of like.
Dang, that's pretty impressive.
Out of like 2,500 people or 4.
Yeah.
I can confirm this now. Give me just 1 second.
One.
And what age did you do that?
Okay, 38 out of
13.
No, 38 out of 2,447 people. So we can
Is that your age? What's your age group finish?
We can look this up right quick. Actually, ignore the tabs that I have open. Don't worry about all of them.
Oh my gosh!
This was my So I can go back to this. This was the beast. It took me 4 hours and 10 minutes to do. Placed 406 overall in this. And 35th in my age group at the time.
That's not shabby.
And
for someone that doesn't train for that.
Yeah, so I've done 11 Spartan races. The first 3 were not on this with this account, so I don't actually have those. And then I did another 10K. 2020, I didn't do a race. That was COVID year, and they kind of canceled stuff, and I didn't.
Thirst trapping.
Did this one in an hour 34. Placed 139th overall. It was kind of, oh yeah, look at that fella. The next day, I ran a 5K, and I did it in 54 minutes.
You got pictures and stats for every race you've ever run, right?
Yeah. 61 overall out of 2,500 people. That was kind of – so this weekend I actually tried. There's only been a few races I've done that were by myself. these two were those. Of course, the Beast I didn't train for. That was my first ever long run, and I did not train. And then this one I ran with several people from the gym, I think. Was that this one? Yeah, this was one I ran with Kane and a few people from the gym. And so that one doesn't count. And then my trifecta weekend, which I ran 2 of these with.
You did pretty good, bro, on that sprint.
Yeah.
You were gunning it, bro.
474 overall. I ran that with 2 people. Both of them had never done a Beast before. One of them had never done a Spartan before. The Super I ran the next day. This was a trifecta weekend. Ran with that fella right there, bro.
Hey! That fella. Had me smiling back there.
Yeah. 2 hours, 22 minutes.
That was fun.
And then the sprint, man. This was the last race I did. An hour, 4 minutes. Anyway, that's Spartan times. You can't really compare 5Ks to 5Ks. You know, it's kind of whatever.
Yeah, that's Super. My watch booked like 7+ miles on the 10K. So.
But
I remember last year, you talk about running with Peyton. He was just like, I won't do a road run.
Yeah, he was like,
I don't run on roads.
Yeah, we've only done two road races.
Yeah, so that's what I was about to get into. So my actual running history, aside from that, I've only ever done 2 road races. First one was double-decker last year.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that was my first ever. I ran one with Dylan and Trevor, but I didn't sign up for it, so it didn't count. And it was a
the Noah.
Yeah,
that Noah thing. Rail trail race.
So
he was supposed to pace us and just blow us out of the water.
Blew us up.
And so I ran the double-decker 10K last year, first ever road race, and it was like 52 minutes and something.
And he didn't die, so he just decided he was going to do a marathon.
Yeah, so then a couple months later started marathon prep. Second ever road race was a marathon in Chattanooga.
That's pretty crazy.
And I've yet to run a 5K road race. So
just sign up for the 5K.
Dude, you missed out on one last year, bro. There was one like 3 feet from it. It ran right past my house.
Yeah, I think that was the day after I tested my 10K. Or no, was it? No, it wasn't. It was not, actually. What are you doing?
I'm looking at my y'all can't see them, but I have all my bibs up here from like the past few years. So I have
trophy room,
double-decker, my first double-decker. Then I have the Hope 5K that me and Trevor ran before the St. Jude Marathon. I have the St. Jude one. I have the Spartan race, double-decker. And then I did a 5K right next to the house, and then the marathon. So I've done at least
we need
8.
to sign up for a ton of races.
Yeah,
let's just do like 10.
Racing, bro.
I kind of want to pull up the documentation
so
of my other Spartan races.
Let's get a whole bunch of medals.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, I did one that y'all didn't do. It was me and Doug.
Sweet potatoes.
The Sweet Potato 5K. That's one that any of us could have won.
Yeah, bro. We need to start hitting these local ones up and start winning them.
It's like we showed up there and they thought like these are all people that have lived in this town their whole lives, and no one was like from out of town except for us. I would have won that one on Mount Olivet if they would have done it. I was like the only one signed up.
There wasn't many people at the one here in town, but I was like top. I think I was like top 5.
Hey.
And I was smoking it, bro. So I didn't go over any of my numbers, but like I remember struggling to get like a sub 8 mile, like when we were prepping for that 5K, and then I stopped running and started doing CrossFit like that next year, and then it was like, all right, I'm finna start running. I tested my mile and it was 6:35, and just randomly, I wasn't even trying to run or anything, and so I don't know where to go from that, but
maybe I need to start training for 5Ks again because like I hadn't had any type of like fast numbers.
Yeah, bro.
Since I just trained for a 5K, that's when I got my fastest mile was 5. I like literally did it like just trying to do a 5K,
Yeah.
and then just blew up.
I looked, and my fastest 400 on Strava was during my 1 mile run test. So
I wish I would have connected my account a long time ago. I don't have any of like anything before the first double decker. I don't have any of that.
Yeah, I don't have anything before I had my Garmin because my Nike app was connected to my Facebook account that got hacked.
Yeah, well,
I just had a running app on the phone.
That's Garmin. Yeah. So that's my first piece of advice we just come up with. Get Strava, get Garmin, get some way to track your runs. You want to know like your distance, your time, and all that, but like you also want to be able to look back and see your progress.
Yeah, oh snap. I done had a PR today.
Because now I just run 10Ks for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, a piece of paper.
And you're in training, bro. That's just your regular
stopwatch.
Easy run.
But
whatever you got to do.
Not easy.
Track
bro.
it.
I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, go to your local track. Get you a stopwatch.
And test your mile.
4 laps.
So I think my mile right now would not be fast.
So, yeah. We were supposed to test our mile out the other day, and
we did that.
I
think I would have rather have done that.
I don't know.
That's what I said.
We can test it out Friday. We'll do the first one at mile pace.
If we would have did it on the road, we would have been fighting the wind.
Let's do the first mile. Map out how far a mile is, because if it's up a hill, I don't want to do it. If it's all downhill, I'm all about it. Let's do it.
It's going to probably be up the hill.
I'm going to map it out. Or we can just go to the rail trail, run a mile, and then run.
I low-key looked at that 5K route, though, for double-decker. It's so easy, man.
Yeah. It's like one hill.
It's like two hills. That one at the end and the university. That's it.
Let's just test it at the rail trail.
Let's test our mile.
Or a track.
Yeah, let's go test our mile legit and then try to run 6.2 miles after.
Let's just run the 5K route, but twice.
Yeah. Let's just go home.
So that way, if someone is like dying, they could
just stop.
You know.
Yeah.
That's always why whenever I do my long runs, I would just run far away because then I like the only way I get back is like I have to run back.
Yeah, you have to run 2 times, whatever. So, how do you get better at running? I think there's depends what you're training for and your experience level and your goal. But like Trevor said, run.
Just run.
Run.
Yeah,
you gotta run. Yeah,
you gotta run before you walk.
Right. Effort. You gotta walk before you run.
We said that backwards.
Like if you're at the level of like you can't run for over a minute.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to walk and run. You're gonna have to take 30 seconds
like
to
intervals.
Run. Yeah. And then take 30 seconds to walk. Beat that.
I would say if you've never ran before, at least like the first 4 to 5 weeks, just do interval running. Don't ever just like 20 seconds.
Walk runs.
Stop. Yeah, walk runs.
Just until you can build up a little endurance.
Because I didn't do that for the first 5K training, and my last 2 weeks of 5K training were sitting on the couch with ice on my shin splints.
I had shin splints the entire time.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Because I had terrible shoes. I got new shoes. I didn't have to deal with anything. Ben.
Yeah, I hope mine do that. I get them tomorrow.
You need to break them in. They need about 20 miles on.
Friday.
They'll break in for sure Friday.
I broke in my marathon shoes the day before the marathon.
With a 4-miler?
Yeah, but you don't count. You can break anything in and make it work.
It counts. It was a
That's
marathon.
what they say.
He could run in Hey Dudes and be all right.
I ran my shoes I got now. I ran a half marathon in them. My first run. Big mistake. Just learn if you're gonna don't do that. Break them in. But my other shoes were like 500 miles. So either way, I was screwed. I was, that last month of training for that marathon was just in the dirt. But anyways, run. And I feel
you don't want to get injured either.
Yeah, you don't want to get injured. That's exactly why you need to break them in. But
I like injuries. I sprain ankles for a living.
what you don't want to do is go out and just sprint, blow up every run, and just dread it. You need to run easy.
In order to run like this, you got to run like this.
Right.
I always like to say
depends on your threshold and like what you're trying to do. Because like I did that 1 year and within a 5K, and it like messed me up because like I would build so much of a lead in the beginning. Even if I burn out towards the end, I'd have such a good lead padded.
Yeah, you used to do that every run, bro.
Every run.
You'd just be like, I'm going to pace myself. And then just hit the nitrous on the first mile, bro. And you're just see them till the end.
No, I'm just every time I look down, I'll be seeing sixes. I'm like, holy crap.
But yeah, I think that's a common problem, especially for beginners, especially for races, is they go out too hot.
Yeah.
And race-wise and training-wise, you kind of, like, you can't go out at 100% effort every time. I mean, even 90% is good, but, like, you need to...
save it for the end.
It depends on what you're training for. If you're training for a mile, you got to, like, have those fast intervals, but there's rest in there, and you're obviously not hitting a PR every time you go. So, you know, you got to back off a little bit just so you can build up. And especially when you're going for like an endurance goal, like a marathon, majority of your stuff is just moving your feet.
Yeah, just keep moving. That's what we were telling Dylan, we can't stop. We got to keep moving.
Yeah, for sure. I think some practical applications for learning how to run easy would be look up Zone 2 and look up the Maffetone method.
Yeah.
They're different, but they both are designed to keep you not redlining. It's basically like this, bro, like a throttle. You hit that red mark, like you got your throttle, like say you got a video game or a car or something. You got your green area right here, car's running smooth. Yellow, it's kind of getting louder, but you got over here and you got the red, and it's like you go on that area too long, it's gonna blow up. That's the same way racing or running. Same way running. You hit that, your body's just going to force you to go slow, and you don't get as effective training. You want to go over here around that green and yellow area and just hold that for as long as you can and build up your threshold. And eventually, those same speeds that were hitting the red are going to be yellow. Eventually, they're going to be green. Like Peyton's over here doing 15-minute mile. No, I'm just kidding. He's 9-minute, whatever he was doing. Now, like, it's impressive compared to what he was doing on your easy runs, at least.
My easy run pace is now dropped like a minute.
That's a lot.
To a minute and a half since marathon training.
Yeah, and that's only been a couple months ago.
Like 9 something.
9, 10. What is your paces?
Oh, I usually try to chill around.
He just looked at me
He's zoned out. He's thinking about running.
I usually try to stay around 10 minutes. I can push it sometimes. I don't watch my heart rate while running anymore.
It's kind of like if you could run a marathon at the pace or faster than the pace, I mean, your easy runs, you could hold that pace.
Yeah. Plus, you do it enough, you can feel it. You know, and you're like, holy crap, I can't feel my fingertips.
Your marathon pace is like around 10, so that's just like, I could do that for 6 miles any day. Yeah, that's pretty solid, in my opinion. But let's talk about
9:43.
He's got it on the wall.
I got it on Strava, but I think that might just be my moving time calculator. So,
like Ben was saying, shoes.
Yeah,
he's been saying shoes a lot, but let's talk about some gear recommendations because Hey Dudes are not the proper gear.
Not Nikes.
We've been through it. I had gear problems concerning shoes like 3 or 4 times. So I'll explain. So when I first started running, we did the 5K. I had like some basic Nikes, like exactly like you're wearing now, man.
Yeah.
And I could not run more than a day without getting shin splints.
Crazy.
And then I finally got running shoes. And when I buy shoes, I'm looking at reviews because I want to know if these are actually running shoes. Because a lot of these mainstream companies, they market stuff as running shoes that aren't running shoes.
Like Nike.
Like
Yes.
a lot of Nike shoes,
Especially
Adidas,
Nike.
Reeboks, all of them.
Under Armour.
Yeah, but I've never seen anybody running Under Armour. Maybe
Yeah,
Cam
that's
Haynes
weird.
does. But for real, I went from Nikes. I got other Nikes that were running shoes, more of a beginner running shoes, but wore those for a while. Trained for a marathon. Anytime I got over 18 miles, my feet would lock up. Ran a marathon, feet locked up. So I looked at the shoes. I didn't review until then, but I looked up. These are not marathon shoes. They're good for running like up to a half marathon. Okay, I got some Nike Pegasus. Worked perfect. Ran 10K in them. Probably, I think I ran a 5K. Didn't run a marathon because I peaked them out at like 400 miles, and now I got Sauconys, and they're like running on a cloud, bro. I'm upgraded like every time. They're the first shoes. They're the first shoes. I got the Saucony Endorphin Speeds. They're the first shoes I got that weren't on sale. Let's just say that. So
I used to run in like Nike Rochers.
Dude,
yeah, that's what I started out with.
Those.
And then I got me a pair of Brooks Ghost 12s, and that's what I ran in for like a year because I only
7
ran
years.
like once a month.
A year total.
Yeah. And then I went from those and to the Ultra Vanish Tempo.
You went to Fleet Feet.
Yeah, the people in Fleet Feet, they trick you. They don't tell you the price of a shoe before you hit the counter. So I went up to the counter and I ended up paying $200 for a pair of shoes. I'm like, you know what? They look nice, so I bought them. And
Just dropping cash.
yeah,
You done bought like 4 pairs since then.
yeah, used them and then went through another pair. Went through both that pair and another pair of marathon prep, and now I'm using my race
You got
day
the
shoes.
marathon shoes. Where you got the high dollar? There you got them on sale or something.
No, they were full
You got the
price
carbon
when I
plate
bought
in
'em.
them?
I got the Ultra Vanish Carbons, which right now on Amazon are like $120, but they
Yeah,
were
they're on
not
sale.
that much 6 months ago. They were $240.
I'm finna look them up, bro.
Yeah, I ordered the Ghost
I
15s.
feel
They were
like
on
them,
sale for $102.
Ultra
Vanish Carbon.
I'm finna link that in the
They
description.
only make 2 colorways, which kind of sucks.
120. I might need to pop them, dude.
Bro, I'm telling you, like,
50% off, bro.
Yeah, bro. I just
Only
kinda
2
got-
left in stock. Let's see if it's just for that size. It's just for size 12. Size 12, you're out of luck. Let's see if I can get this link. Here we go. All right, I'm finna link y'all up.
But boy, if y'all wear a size 11, you good,
Try to
man.
get that commission,
$120.
dude. That's crazy. That's half off for a race day shoe.
And they are so light. If you couldn't tell, I hit a 257 pace in that run the other day.
Dude, there's something about the carbon plate that
And they're very
makes
thin.
you faster.
They're very thin.
I want to get some of those Nike ones. That's like the most popular ones. I'm sure those Ultra ones are pretty good.
They kind of dope up.
All right, so gear recommendations. Just look. The main thing you want to look for, you can't go wrong if you go for a brand that actually is for like endurance or running, like Hoka, Brooks, Ultra, Saucony, all brands that are just like that's what they do is running shoes. But everybody's foot's a little different, so kind of have to experiment.
Brooks are comfortable, but Ultras have the wider toe box, which is nice, and they're fast. They add at least 5 horsepower.
I hope
I'm
mine
not-
helped me out a lot.
And I'm not saying you can't get Nikes. You just have to do your research on those because a lot of those, they're not running shoes. They have tennis shoes as well.
You have to look for the ones with like a number in them.
Oh, yeah.
Like every night.
Just look up reviews for running reviews for such and such,
Air
and
Force
like
Ones.
if it's a legit site, it'll show it. You'll find that, and it'll be like, do not run in these.
There's sites. Bricks.
There's sites that will tell you like these are good up until this mileage, or these aren't running shoes, don't recommend, or these are the best things since sliced pudding. I know that's not a saying. All right, so Peyton, we're going to get into some other stuff here, like nutrition for racing. And I want to go ahead, and I got a package right before we podcast it, so I'm going to open it up live on air and show y'all some stuff that would help you running. All right, this is from
VPN.
Code Dildion. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so we'll go. I want to actually go into how we fueled during the marathon, Peyton. But I want to show this off first, and then I have some general guidelines that I've kind of followed. So I got Go Gels. This is like their goo, but they use natural stuff. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna test these out. When it comes to, I got electrolytes. We're going to talk about electrolytes. Go One More Sport, which is like their version of like Gatorade Endurance, but better. And then more electrolytes. I prefer BPN over like Gatorade Endurance and like Goose and whatnot just because it's better. But when we ran the Seven Bridges Marathon, I knew I didn't want to be carrying all that on me. So I was like, I looked it up. I was like, all right, so they're using Gatorade Endurance and they're using goo. Because I came across that problem at St. Jude. Like, I had to have people there with my nutrition. My nutrition plan for St. Jude was like Sour Patch Kids, M&Ms, and it was actually Reese's Pieces and bananas every once in a while. And then I had bottles of this stuff here, like Go One More Sport and electrolytes. And I had to have people there to hand it to me on the course. We went to Chattanooga. There was not going to be anybody there that could hand it to me. So I knew I had to go based off of what they had. So that's what I used in training. A big mistake that another big mistake you could do going into a race is doing something different on race day. Because say I use these Go Gels through training, and I use their endurance powders, and then I get to the race and they're giving me Gatorade and Goose. My stomach's going to be jacked up.
Yeah.
It's going to mess my whole race up. Now, Peyton, what is like the minimum, like if you're running, what's like the distance you hit before you even take anything? Like you're doing a 10K, you're probably not taking anything with you.
The only thing I take with me is just a bottle of water or a bottle of water with some electrolytes in it. And that kind of depends on the. So most of my runs nowadays they're at least 5 miles, and I'm here recently. I've just been running between 5 and 11. If I'm doing like a 5 miler or a 10K or something, all I'm doing is if it's a 5 miler, I'm bringing just a bottle of water. I'm not too worried about electrolytes. I drink them before my run. I just want a little bit of hydration back up.
Your mouth get thirsty.
And like with a 10K, sometimes just a bottle of water. Sometimes I'll just pop some electrolytes in it, just to drink along the way. Especially like if I'm going to be running a little bit faster, my mouth might dry out a little bit. I just want to hydrate.
Yeah, for sure. I pretty much just completely agree with that. Because like the 5K, I'm not taking anything.
Oh yeah. Like if I'm just running like a 5K, dude, I'm not even bringing a bottle of water or anything with me. It's just.
That's the thing about like a 10K, 5K. Like they're gonna have water there too. But if you're just running in training, maybe just a little water. You can get back to the. Usually after like 30 minutes is when if I'm gonna crash, that's when I'm gonna feel it. So I usually like to take like water or maybe there's like an emergency goo with me if I'm running like an hour. But anything less than that, it's just like fuel up before. It usually depends on. I think the main key most people need to worry about is pre-race fueling. Like you need a banana or some carbs of some sorts. Get some sodium, get some electrolytes in you. Past a certain distance though, I mean, you gotta take stuff with you or have a loop where you can come back and get it.
So like if I'm ever like, I usually don't start bringing any goos with me until I hit like, maybe I'm gonna hit 8 miles one day. I may bring one, or I may just use it before I run. But once I start hitting double digits, I'll use one before I run, and then like if I'm doing the 10 miler, I'm doing one before I run, and then one at the 5 miler mark. And then I'll have my bottle of electrolytes with me because I'm usually doing an out and back run. I'm not doing a loop and then coming back to where I can drink water like when I was running with Dylan. We started his house, run a loop, come back, fuel, run another loop.
Yep.
Most of my runs nowadays are just out and back. So I'm running out 5 miles and then back. So I only carry what I need. And if I'm doing a long run, like a 10 miler or 11 miler or something, I'm usually pretty well hydrated beforehand. So I am kind of pushing it a little bit, only bringing one bottle of water. But It does, at least for me, it does fine, And I'll have a goo before I run, and then I'll down one at the halfway mark.
I need to get some of those.
And then throw it on the ground.
Get some of these gels, bro. I'm going to try them out.
What do they taste like?
I haven't tried them yet. Mixed berry. Then they have like an apple cinnamon. But they're like natural. But goos.
See, I've seen those too.
Yeah, I've had honey stingers.
I'm actually about to eat one right now because I'm starving. So
I have a problem like choking on stuff.
I'm not
like if I'm chewing a honey stinger, I feel like I'm going to take it down the wrong pipe when I'm running. So the general guidelines, I don't know where I got this, but the general guidelines for running would, and I've kind of based everything off of this, is 2 to 3 cups of water an hour. This is going to depend on size and how much you sweat too. But like 2 to 3 cups of water an hour. And you want to make sure you're not just drinking water. You want electrolytes in that water, or you're going to be hurting yourself. You're basically rinsing your electrolytes out with water.
You start cramping up too.
Yeah, that's always a good guideline to how you know if you're getting enough sodium and electrolytes in. And then you want to get 30 to 60 grams of carbs per hour. It usually comes out to like a goo and a quarter. I think the general guideline is like 40, 45 minutes. But it really just depends on how much you're putting out and your size. Because someone like Peyton with extra muscle is going to burn more calories running than, a skinny dude. So that may not need as much. So here's something that a lot of people don't think about, just because I think it's a newer thing. But like people like preloading like their electrolytes. I've seen Nick Bear do this and Jeremy Miller. He's a really prominent running guy. And I actually watched one of his videos before this podcast to kind of try to remember it, because I can't remember what I did electrolyte-wise with everything. But before all my long runs, I'll like preload with electrolytes. So I'll take like 2 or 3 scoops of electrolytes with like 16, 20 ounces of water, like 30 minutes to an hour before the run or the race or whatever. Supposedly that's supposed to up your blood volume, help you. I don't really know the science, guys. Help you breathe better, move better, whatever.
It electrifies you.
They say like within a certain time frame, like that basically covers your electrolyte need for a certain amount of the race. And eventually you're going to – it's just about any marathon I've done, I've ran out of like – my electrolytes have been low just because I'm sitting here sweating salt like crazy. I'm a heavy sweater when it comes to salt concentrations, but
I've never the marathon was the only time I've ever been covered in salt after a run.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just something to experiment with any of this. It's just see how your stomach takes it, see your energy. A good guideline though is to like, it's better to do it ahead of time than wait till you need it. because once you need it, it's going to take a while just for it to enter your system. So just be proactive with it. You try Goose, try Gatorade Endurance, try different things.
That's what I was going to say. Like, I actually really like Gatorade Endurance. It's really good, mainly because, like, most of your marathons, if you're ever going to run a marathon,
they're going to have that.
Are going to have Gatorade Endurance. And it's probably going to be lemon lime. So that's something else. Try to see, like, you can probably research, and if you ever plan on running one of these longer races, see what flavor they're going to have, because you don't want to train with watermelon and then go on race day and it'd be lemon lime.
Yeah.
Also, the watermelon one just don't taste good. I've learned from experience. It was the first tub I've ever bought, and I still have it.
Yeah, you tried to get rid of it.
Yeah.
The forge, it didn't work.
Yeah. I've bought like 4 lemon lime tubs.
Well, what about, all right, so how did we do it during the marathon? All right, so.
I did not properly fuel during the marathon.
I mean, it's like, there's only so much you could do.
Yeah, like, honestly, because, like, for the most part, I felt fine, and I didn't start hurting until, mile 20. And at mile 23, I almost cried. So I think I did cry.
I probably did, bro.
I don't remember.
Mile 20 to mile 26 is very emotional in a marathon. I actually started looking at the footage today, and I was like, I'm not going to say what it was, but I was like, man, why do I always make these videos that I just want to cry? Because when I made that marathon video, I cried when I was editing it because I was crying in the moment. I could feel the emotions just because my memory, people watching it probably didn't feel it the same as me, but I could remember the emotions that I had, and it like just brought it back.
Now, I know St. Jude would be a much different atmosphere due to like what St. Jude represents. But I know like just Chattanooga being just finishing a marathon, you just worked your butt off for 16 weeks training for it. Your first ever marathon. It's a huge accomplishment, And it hurts, so I want to cry.
Yeah. And I think it's just like that physical exhaustion it just makes you emotional.
And it's like no matter what, I don't know, I'm saying it from the one experience I have. It's like that last little half mile, there's no way you can't run that,
Yeah, even if you're limping.
It's just like, yeah, that mile 23, I was like walking so much, but like that last half a mile to a mile, it was like I couldn't stop running. I'm like, it's almost done. All this hard work finally paid off. Whopo, as Matt Frazier says, Whopo.
HWPO, bro. So for me, I know I did like preload for the race. Usually that it has me feeling a little weird because it's a lot of electrolytes to take in. So I usually, before we do a long run or a race, I'm like feeling like, but when I got started running, I feel good. And I'm trying to remember, like, we train to, I think every 40, 45 minutes I was taking Goose. And I was just drinking water and Gatorade every chance I got. But just fill it out. You got to figure it out in training. And if you're not training for a marathon, the shorter the race, the less it's going to matter about your race nutrition. But you really just need to figure it out pre-race.
Yeah.
Practice while practicing.
Yeah, practice while practicing. Figure out what works for you. One thing a lot of people didn't consider, I know Peyton has probably never dealt with this, but like for me and Ben's going to find this out. Chafing.
Yeah.
Chafing.
Hey, what you trying to say, dog?
You're skinny, bro.
Son, your legs a little, boy.
I ain't got no meat between the bones, bro.
I've chafed like a little bit, but not to some crazy amount. Yeah. I haven't had to use nut butter.
Yeah, nut butter is something I was going to recommend. Getting like you what you're wearing, your clothing options. is gonna play an effect in that too.
Yeah.
It's inevitable too. Like I have to put the nut butter and stuff on my nipples because you're sitting here running for so long, your nipples start bleeding, bro, and they hurting for days. So just you're gonna have to find out the hard way. But I'm just warning y'all. Yeah, unless you run without a shirt. Where you know, most people don't do that, Peyton. So programming,
proud, bro. I'll be running with shirts nowadays.
Yeah, it was cold.
Man, it was so cold. That wind was cold.
Cold.
What was it? Saturday.
Yeah.
Bro, I bruised my ankle somehow. I didn't even hit it on anything. It's just hurt.
Shut up.
On my other ankle, bro.
Oh.
Always something with his ankles.
Now, Cookie, what about programming and mileage? Like, what do you think? Give us some advice on your mileage and programming.
Progress your runs.
That's true. He said it. He's heard it first here.
There's a couple different ways.
Yeah.
And a couple more different ways.
Yeah.
Oh, good way to say that. You can either do a timed run or a distance run. But remember, when you set a distance run, you tend to work harder during that kind of activity compared to if you're going to set a timed run.
I wouldn't even say that. Those are really just measurements. But I've had experience both ways. It really just depends on the intent of the run.
I'm just following CrossFit methodology there, but you know, that's
So,
typically how it goes in CrossFit. But you know,
there's nothing easy in CrossFit.
You could especially if you're like starting out, you can do 15-minute run. You know, go out, run 15 minutes, run as much of that 15 minutes as you can.
Run a minute, walk a minute, whatever.
You know, and then maybe the next week, you know, you do 18 minutes, you know, or 20 minutes, or however much you want to jump,
or
you progress your run.
Another way to do it, especially if you're a beginner, and 15 minutes is stretching it, and you can only run for 30 seconds. So do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, until you get to 15 minutes, and then the next time do 35 seconds and 25 seconds until you can run the whole time.
Run is just, it's like what we said at the very beginning. To get better at running, just run. You know, and run as much as you can. So whatever your time goal, your distance goal may be, you know, don't run until you physically can't run anymore. Run until you start to feel like, okay, I need to slow down or I need to rest a second. You know, you don't want to hit your wall every run.
Red line.
None. What was his nickname?
Trevor.
No, the other guy.
I don't know.
Smooth Vanilla, yeah.
Smooth Vanilla. Oh. Yeah, you don't want to red line every time. You're just not going to get better doing that. You'll get a little bit bump, but you're just going to lead yourself to burnout and injury. It really just depends on the workout. Look up a program, download a program. That's probably the best thing for beginners. We're at the point we just program all our runs.
At this point, I just run. You know, I'm like, what do I feel like running today?
Just wakes up in the morning and just gets to it.
Mine and Peyton's training is different. I do a lot more. I do more speed work than him, but he gets better by doing distance because that's what he's been doing. And I'm not trying to put all that distance in, so I'm doing speed runs more, every other run. So, we're doing two different training methodologies, but we're both doing the same 10K.
And we're about to see which methodology
comes out on top. See which one works the best.
I think
I've been consistently running for months now. So.
Yeah, I'm not if I go jump to the same mileage as him, I'll unravel all the rest of my training. So
for 2 weeks, and then you'd be right back at it.
I don't know. I don't want to find out. Well, I'm trying to get fast on the shorter distances, more than I'm trying to train for a half marathon. So, and the 10K is just, to me, that's just a
normal day at the office, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I could do the distance of a 10K, And I've last time I did a 10K, the most I ran, the longest run was an 8-miler, and I PR'd substantially. So I'm doing a long run every week, just not only doing it long, easy runs. And
You start doing that.
so, yeah, you need to have it. That's probably a good guideline. But I'm also looking for after the 10K, I'm trying to try to PR my mile time. So I don't want to just have to switch my training up altogether. And time is a restraint. So
then,
you gotta do what you gotta do with what you got. If you don't have time to run
test, we're
for
all
hours.
three here doing marathon in December.
Yeah. So if time restraint wise, if you don't have time, add intensity. It'll get you a workout.
If you don't have time to run 10 miles, just run 10 miles faster,
Or just
I would say sleep plays a big part too.
I don't know. Gotta get what you like I said before with Roger, it's like take what you can get and then you just can't think about it, overthink it. Just gotta get after it.
Peyton can attest he sleeps like 12 hours every night?
Anywhere between 5 and 12.
So I haven't slept more than 9, and who knows how. Actually, no. I slept that like last Monday or something.
Well, alrighty then. I don't even know where hour and 20. Okay.
Hour 18:29.
Sweet. My time is not working. I hope mine's recording. So, yeah, let's make sure. I'm just looking at all my little things. I think I said everything, bro. The main thing, just get out there and run. You'll figure it out.
Get out there
and YouTube's got more answers. There's better videos out there than we got.
No, there's not.
Oh, it's the best podcast on YouTube.
Well, he did say video, not podcast.
And there's probably better podcasts, too, with better runners.
Cameron Haynes.
And here's the thing about it. We're going to stray off from running here, but the best athlete is almost never the best coach. The best athlete, it just does what coach says. So just leave it at that. There are cases, though.
Dylan can attest. I cannot teach him how to do a muscle up.
Bro, this dude can do stuff and show you stuff, but this dude cannot. He's just like, just do this, just do that. I'm trying, bro. What am I doing?
He expects you to know how to do it right off.
Just like watch, bro. Copy and paste.
Yeah. Well, you could look at like football players and D1 football program, strength programs. They doing goofy stuff, bro.
Yeah.
But you got the most genetically gifted people. Like, they could do a push-up and get one push-up a day and get their bench press up 100 pounds. It's just going to happen, bro. They can do anything and make gains.
Bro,
and then you got people like
got
people like us that, that's your deadlift. You got people like us that'll do the exact right scientific approach to the program, grind it out,
never
100%
go
effort, and get 1 pound PR.
Yeah.
So, genetics.
Or steroids.
I was going to say, I wasn't going to say it.
We're
not pharmacists.
That always can play a part, too.
Well, I hope you guys are going to get better at running. If you're local, join the 10K.
Me too.
Hopefully I'll get better at running one of these days.
I swear, dude, you suck. I'm ready to take some electrolytes. All right, so
I'm
Let's go hit bench.
I'm going to be taking a gram a day.
I hit bench this morning. If you can't tell, I still got a pump.
Dude gets a pump by waking up.
I do one sit-up to get out of bed. And
Bro gets veiny no matter what he does.
They're just there, bro. He's that lean. All right, guys, Put Work In Podcast.
That's our name.
That's our name. Hit the links, hit the descriptions, hit the
You
subscribes.
can't see the guy in the middle, but he's there.
Yeah, it's just a box.
I don't know if he's in the middle for everybody else except him.
He's in the middle.
He's not in the middle for him.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next time.